How's it going, everyone? We're doing some Luigi's Mansion corruptions tonight, which is super exciting. I've corrupted this 3 times in the past, and the first 2 times I would say I was an extreme novice at corrupting it. First time I think I lost my stockpile. Actually no, both times I lost my stockpile, so they were irretrievable. This will be the first one where hopefully I create a actual stockpile for Luigi's Mansion. We won't be corrupting the same portions of the game. Earlier we did the cinematic and the intro into Gadd's lab. We'll corrupt actually the mansion this time. So we'll get started with that in just a few minutes. I grab some water and then I'll be ready to go. This wonderful music is brought to you by Harvest Moon Back to Nature, the only Harvest Moon game I have yet to play. Not counting, well, I guess it's a lie, the only old school Harvest Moon game that I've yet to play. I haven't played it in the newer, modern, quote-unquote Harvest Moon games, but I wouldn't consider them Harvest Moon games at all. Back to Nature, I know I saw Wasabi Tonic play it, and it really made me want to play it, so I'll have to check it out at some point. I don't know if I'll do it through stream, do a playthrough of it. I really enjoy the Harvest Moon series, so I might. Yeah. Anyway, let's get started here. So we're doing some dolphin corruptions. So on the screen you'll see some dolphin-related corruption windows. In case you're unfamiliar with any of this, I'll explain it as I go along. Help you learn how to make your first corruption in case you're curious. I'm using a couple special tools. The program itself that you're seeing with my mouse bouncing around, that is the Windows Glitch Harvester, and that's how we're going to be creating our stockpile for these corruptions. We're going to be combining them all together and throwing them in one big pack. Also included in this, which you can't see, but the big black screen, that's where we're going to see the emulation. And that emulation is running on top of Dolphin Neri's mod, created by the wonderful Neri. If you're unfamiliar with him, check him out. I'm sure if you Google Neri Dolphin, you'll find something about him. Or visit the corrupt.wiki page and you'll learn all about corruptions through there. Anyways, let's get started. So, we're going to play through it a little bit because I don't have any existing save states for Luigi's Mansion or any save files, so we'll have to go through a little bit. I think the best point to corrupt will be... Let me pause that there. Will be after we get out of Gadd's lab, because I think the intro cinematic where you run into the room and Gadd's there and he has the whole vacuum fiasco, I think that's sort of a summary or like a very short tutorial that might not have all the features of the mansion included in it yet. So it's not corrupt there, let's wait until we have the full-blown mansion at our fingertips. And sadly the music must come to an end. It's so joyful though. I love all their soundtracks from the older ones. All so wonderful. Hopefully audio isn't a problem. It looks like it's a problem through OBS, but there's also no native audio yet, so maybe that's not why. That's not so bad. That's not drowning me out. I'll keep an eye on it just in case it does get a little too loud and rambunctious. Oh, Oddbrew just said I was going live. In case you're curious, plug this while I'm here. I'm part of a stream team called Oddbrew. You might hear me drop a couple names here and there, like Wasabi, or Minister Falco, or Not Good, or Oddbrew itself. That's just a stream team I'm a part of. We're all a good bunch of friends who all stream together. We got a Discord in case you're interested, it's all down below. Anyway, enough plugging myself. Let's get started. That was just the intro. Gotta save up a file. New game. Skip this. So that's where we corrupted before, and we had a couple good corruptions come out of that. More often than not, it was mostly camera corruptions, not actual object corruptions. We had a couple, like maybe a small handful of objects. Unfortunately, I was sad I missed that stockpile because there was a couple good ones. Anyways, here we are, Mr. Luigi. Try all the doors. You have to go back down here, right? Make sure that's not too quiet. I'm gonna play back my audio. Sorry if you hear any repeats. That doesn't sound too bad. Okay. I'm just making sure it's not too quiet. It looks super quiet through OBS. That little clinking you hear, that's water I'm drinking. Got ice in it. Wait, what did I do wrong? Mario. I forget to do something. I forgot to pick up the key. I did a long play of this. And long play was an understatement. I was pretty bad at timing. But I did it, I think, in 4 or 5 hours, so it wasn't too bad. Lurk from the work. What's going on, Sky Coaster, man? I appreciate the lurk. I'm not sure if you have audio playing, but I'll give you some tech highs and some wasabi hellos. Hopefully work is awesome. Let's do a quick test, because we haven't corrupted this scene. I think it would corrupt kind of well, because I know I've seen his hair kind of get corrupted here. So I'm going to make a real quick, temporary save state. We're not going to use this as a permanent, just a real quick preliminary test to see how it corrupts. Pull this up in our save state viewer. Edit that a bit. Oh, I got a lot of save states. That's not good. What day is today? The 4th. I gotta delete all my old ones. I was doing some preliminary testing for, what was it for? Name of the game. Bullshit Places suggested it. It was Charlie's Angels, which we will be corrupting very soon. I'm not sure when. But that will be a fun corruption game. Okay. Let's try hitting this a couple times. See if we can corrupt it. Off the bat, we actually get some kind of stretchy, funny results. The thing I really like about most GameCube games, and this is one of my favorite GameCube games of them all, is when you corrupt them, the cinematics, to the points like where we're seeing right now, the characters are moving around, these scenes actually corrupt. Luigi's just there shaking. Whereas you'll see in Game Boy Advance, PS1, most of the scenes that I try to corrupt are pre-rendered. So when we corrupt them, we're only corrupting a video feed, and it isn't that interesting. Whereas this, you actually see models being corrupted in real time, and you get more interesting corruptions out of it because, you can see stuff moving around. I enjoy seeing that. Get a gigantic vacuum. Stretched out ghosts. Oh, that one's dark. Wait. Let's see that one. Red scene, no audio. So as I said, I won't be corrupting here, but it was a lot of fun to see regardless. In the meantime, let me clean up my save states. I got too many in memory. I guess while we're going through this, I can kind of explain how our save states work. So I'm targeting Dolphin and creating a save state manually within the emulator. And it's a very special version of Dolphin that has all this special netcore stuff that connects and plugs into other stuff. But essentially, create a save state, and we're putting a blast layer on top of that save state. So that blast layer has a bunch of different corruptions, or a bunch of different memory writes that create these sort of interesting, wacky effects that we see on screen. And we can have 50, 100 different save states that get corrupted. We saw actually a couple in our stash history, I should have pointed that out. And once we have an effect that we really like, we can throw it on the stockpile. So say you get a gigantic Luigi, or you get a messed up vacuum and you want to keep that, you throw it on the stockpile. And that's sort of our procedure, our method for moving forward. We're actually just getting to the point where I had corrupted before. This is my second corruption stream, was in Gadd's lab. We got actually a fantastic clip out of this, where it was like a horror movie. I should check that clip again. I know I have it somewhere. Anyway, so we won't be corrupting here. It did actually corrupt, once again, extremely well. This is one of my favorite games to corrupt, minus Mario Sunshine, which just corrupts extremely well. It's hilarious how well Sunshine corrupts. But, yeah, we'll just move through this real quick. Hopefully I'm pretty decent at catching those ghosts. A Ghostbuster, if you will. I checked out corrupting Ghostbusters on the... I think it was just the Nintendo Entertainment System. I think that's the one I tried corrupting. It did okay. I'll have to look into the other Ghostbuster games, which... There's been... some great Ghostbuster games, and there's been some not so great Ghostbuster games. And you never really know which one corrupts better. Like, some fantastic games just didn't corrupt that well at all. Pokemon Stadium is one that comes to mind immediately. That was probably the worst game I've ever corrupted, because it just did not have any results at all. Other games that didn't corrupt well. I've had a couple Game Boy Advance games not corrupt well. Recently I tried corrupting... not Wargroove, but Advance Wars is the name of it? I forget the predecessor. But I tried corrupting that, it also didn't do too well. Game Boy Advance games are kind of tricky. Not good at getting them all at once. There we go. Oh yeah, 8 ghosts. Not a perfect score. It looks like I'm doing a little bit better on white noise. I'm also talking more, which probably can't help, but in the past, I have a lot of white noise from my laptop. It just sounds so loud. So I have a noise gate now, which will help prevent that, hopefully, in the future. At least for those moments where I'm kind of quiet. Ooh, the gallery. We could corrupt the gallery, which might do well, depending on, like, how the things in the galleries are stored. Like, if those images are stored... it's just like Boolean values, and like you just switch them to true, they're there, or false, they're not there. Then it would corrupt super well. Let's see. Let's get a couple images on screen. I guess like kind of there works. Another save state. Target that save state. And let's corrupt it a couple times. For anyone that's following at home, I'm using the vector engine for my corruption engine with an extended limiter list and I'm sorry, an extended plus limiter list and just a regular extended value list. Let's see if this... just paying attention to the walls mostly. I want to see if those change. If the paintings... ooh, there's a nice one. There's a nice corrupted Gadd there. Just polygons. I'm not seeing the walls corrupt too much, which I kind of expected. We're gonna blast it with a much higher intensity. I don't think Luigi's Mansion was prone to crashing too often. It was just prone to like purple screening like this. So not hard crash, the soft crash. That's not the right way, Luigi. What are you doing looking this way? Oh, this one's fun. He just slides. Yeah, so nothing there. I was just curious if we could corrupt it in that sense, but since we can't, no worries there. Let's move on. Let's get out of the gallery, and let's actually hit the mansion. It also might be the case that there aren't supposed to be any paintings here yet. Oh wait, what was I supposed to do? Totally missed that. Don't try that on the angel statues. Let me try that on the angel statues. Why should I not try this on the angel statues? Am I supposed to time them just right? Well, I should have passed on the gallery because I'm not actually sure if I need to progress. I have to go back here. Go check out the golden room. Golden room. Statue, a very tall angel statue by the looks of it. Yeah, it is. You done appreciating the arts? Back to the lab. Another reason why I want to crop this scene specifically is I love the music here. Who doesn't love the music of Luigi's Mansion? This would be another nice scene to corrupt. There's so many scenes. Now, the problem with corrupting on the GameCube, and I've said this kind of before, the program that we're using, the Windows Glitch Harvester, also his face kind of messing up there is just a result of the emulator. So the problem with using the Windows Glitch Harvester to create corruption stockpiles is you can only ever have one targeted save state at a time, and I'm targeting, for example, one save state that I create. And as soon as I switch save states to a different save state that I create within memory, maybe at a different point that we want to corrupt, excuse me, the corruption stockpile is thrown out. So I have to first ensure that I've saved the stockpile, which I am notorious for forgetting, and that I lose my entire stockpile. But secondly, you have all these stockpiles and all these save states associated with those stockpiles, and it becomes just a mess of directories and files that kind of get all thrown together. And it hasn't been updated in too long. It actually just got its most recent update now. That's why the coloration is a little black. This is on the dev version, which is unfortunate. There's not a current way to fix that. You just kind of have to keep all your save states and stockpiles associated with each other, which I am kind of bad at, but it's the world that I live in at the moment. So that's why for my corruption streams, at least for GameCube ones, I try to have just a singular save state and corrupt only that save state. And that methodology that I use for that singular save state, I've kind of carried on to all my other corruptions, where I take components and mix them together. Anyway, enough talking for me. Let's do some corruptions. Gonna make a save state here? I don't know if we want to corrupt Toad. Let's get him not crying. Oh, let's try to make that light too. Okay. We're gonna corrupt standing right by Toad. I want to get a good look at Toad. Well, right there. That is going to be our permanent save state for the stream that we're going to be targeting and hopefully pulling some corruption states out of. Only 20 minutes in that we got to this point. Let's corrupt some. Toad is frozen. It's a great start. I don't know the quality of what we're going to be expecting, so I don't know, like, is this a good corruption? So I'm going to hit the blast target button a couple times until we get a couple good ones. If I find one that I like, then we'll stop. If I don't, I might keep this one because I like Toad's face, but I'm not going to sanitize it yet. I'll also explain what sanitizing is in a sec, but let's find something we like looking at first. Upside down, kind of neat, but not gonna keep that. Ooh. Some awful audio there. Have you ever seen Luigi's eyebrows? Also, what's our... Oh. that was from... that was from our Abe's Odyssey stream. For the Game Boy Advance. Here, we'll just put some eyebrows there instead. See, he's happy. That's a happy face. Luigi kind of doing the shuffle. I kind of like that. Let's keep that. Why not? Also, Toad doesn't have a lower jaw, so let's also keep that. We'll touch base on that once we finish out the Luigi shuffle. So, what I just did is this most recent item in our stash history. This is the save state that we have currently selected, plus a blast layer applied. Oh, that sounds awful. Plus a blast layer applied on the top of it, which is the corruption that we're seeing on screen. We can open that selected item in our blast editor. And that tells us everything we need to know about the corruption. It tells us every single memory address and every single memory rights and what value is written there. And we have 2,719 of these, so a lot of these are just nothing. We don't actually know what they do. We can actually go through here and maybe deselect one. You can see now that it's deselected over here. Kind of hard to see, but it doesn't have an X next to it anymore. And we can reload the corruption. However, you'll notice on screen, nothing looks like it changed, and that's because we have just so many memory rights, we can't guess randomly which ones apply to what we want to keep on screen. So we're going to rely on randomness by hitting this random disable 50% button to disable 50% of these corruptions. About 1,350 or something like that. And we're going to load the corruption once again. And you'll see on screen, Luigi doesn't have that weird, like, sort of spike going off him anymore. But he is doing his shuffle, so that's great. This is actually kind of what we're looking for. Now I'm going to do something that might not make sense, but I'm going to invert the ones that I have disabled. I'm going to select that other 50% just to take a look at what's there. And you'll see we have the pyramid back. We see we have Toad's lower jaw still gone. This is the stuff that we didn't want to keep. I do want to keep that Toad one, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this to our stash, and I'm going to take care of that later. I'm not going to worry about it for the time being. I'm going to re-invert it. Once again, back to the initial 50%. We have the Luigi shuffle. We don't have any of the weird graphical visual problems. So now I'm going to remove the ones I have disabled. Now that cuts our blast layer down to 1360. I'm going to repeat that method again and again and again. And so we have just a single memory right. One or two memory rights at least. Down to 22, down to 11. And what we're doing here is, so this is called sanitizing the corruption, and it looks for a singular component that you want to keep. Say it's the Luigi shuffle, that's what we want to keep. And it removes all the excess unnecessary memory rights that are on top of that as well. So we originally, I think, started with a 3,000 memory right stockpile. Now we only have a single memory right. We have isolated the corruption that we're looking for, the effect that we want to keep. We have sent that to our stash, which you can now see it here as the most recent item. Again, we can open that in the blast editor and we see there's only a single memory writ that creates this effect. And we can now throw that on our stockpile as a sanitized component that we're going to later combine with other components to create hybrid corruptions. And what I'm going to call this one is Luigi Shuffle. We'll keep it basic for the time being. This one might not be that interesting in itself, but combine it with something that you can make it funny. I mean, you never know what you're gonna like. So we'll keep individual components for now. Speaking of components, we had this one, where Toad's mouth is messed up. I'd like to also keep that if possible. So we're gonna isolate just that corruption now. You can see now we have lost the Luigi Shuffle. Oh no, we haven't, never mind. That was persistent. And Luigi always wants a shuffle, look at that. 85 memory rights. 42. 21. 10. And 5. And we're almost there. It takes a little bit longer with GameCube corruptions to sanitize these guys, just because there's so many memory rights that we're messing with. But there we go, we have a single memory right. We can send that to our stash. And now it's an individual component. But the weird thing about this one is there's two corruptions going on. Toad's mouth is messed up, as you can see. But also Luigi's shuffling, so that's kind of two effects in one, which we didn't expect, but we'll take. We're gonna take a quick picture here. I forget if you can zoom, I don't think you can. But we're gonna take a picture right there. There we go. That whore, that atrocity. And we'll call this Toad Mouth. Now I'm curious with the original Luigi Shuffle, did we have that effect? Ah. That's even weirder. So this one doesn't even have the Luigi Shuffle anymore, so something got kind of messed up. Now I'm just confused. Luigi Shuffle doesn't appear to be shuffling. Don't know why that is. But alright, we can remove that one, because the interesting one now is Toad Mouth, because that looks awesome. Since we can isolate that single memory, right, this one here, you might be wondering, like I am, what happens if we change the value that we send to that memory address? We know that memory address messes with Toad's mouth, but how can we mess with that memory address to change the effect that we're creating to his mouth in the first place? Can we, affect where it's drawn? Can we affect how large it is, etc., etc.? Now, with the vector engine, the one I'm using currently, it specifically targets sort of safer values to send to memory. It won't crash the emulation as often. It's a sort of safer way to corrupt as opposed to the Nightmare engine. With the vector engine, I can't directly change these values because we're using a very specific value list that I cannot pull from, at least within the blast editor. As opposed to if I was real quick gonna use the Nightmare engine with like intensity at 1, I don't want to break it. We can actually update these values within the address edit and the value edit. We're not allowed to do that with the vector engine. In this case, it doesn't give us those options or parameters. But what we can do is we can reroll the corruption. So we can still set different values within memory, but it's gonna pull randomly from that value list and assign different values. And hopefully we'll get different effects with Toad's mouth. So I'm gonna do that now. I think this one does look different. I think the mouth is even more messed up than before, but we can keep re-rolling it. There's a good one. His mouth has become like his eyes, and he kind of has like bunny ears. I never noticed those lovely red polka dots. Look on top. Continue re-rolling it. Oh god. How about let's save one of these. Let's save the less intense one. This one, we'll call it Antlers. And I think that's about the extent we're gonna get with this. That subtle one is kind of horrifying. Is that any creepier than Antlers, though? Yeah, it's actually better because it doesn't extrude. So let's do this one. Let's keep the less intense version. We'll call it Toad Eyes. Instead of Toad Mouth, I'd like to call this Toad Maw. Alright, and there's two corruptions, one born from the other one, but both very interesting components that we can craft a more hybrid corruption later on. For now, let's create some new corruptions. Then we're going to switch back to the vector engine, increase our intensity, and blast the target from the top. nice like barrier here. Wow, there's a lot going on here. So Luigi's missing eyes. I would like to keep that. I would also like to keep Toad's like head roll. Also, that audio is just horrifying. There's many things I'd like to keep here. Let's try to sanitize some of these things. Let's start with the audio, because we can make a creepy corruption out of that. Oh, that's just one really thick Toad. Look at that. Also, one really thick Luigi. Look at him wobble like that. Jesus. Look at him dance. Okay, so here's where things sort of split. So this one has the effects we're looking for. I'm going to send that to the stash. On the other half of this has the audio effect we're looking for. Let's keep that as well. Good to break them apart. Don't need to keep them together, and it'd also be very difficult to keep them together all the way down to their singular components. Okay, cool. So we'll send this to the stash. We'll throw this on the stockpile and call it Storm. Oh, Storm. And then let's also get this guy. Also, does he have eyes? He does have eyes. I thought he didn't have eyes. Sanitize this guy a bit. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, we lost the audio. And oddly enough, I was hoping no eyes would be a different part of this corruption, but it looks like it's not. Send this to the stash and call it Thick Boys. And we're gonna reroll that a bit, so I think this will just affect their width, I hope. Oh, there's a good one. I like that. Look at that, Luigi. Oh my god. We'll call it American Luigi. No offense to fellow Americans. Burger King at the White House. I'm still continuously rerolling the same memory address. We're seeing a lot of, like, nothing. Like, black screen. I think we're good with this. We have the one sort of larger Luigi. Oh, he also has an extended Game Boy Horror because, you know, the regular size is a little bit too small for him. But the Poltergeist 2000? I think it's 2000. Only has one size, so it's a little small for him, but it works. Also, what's wrong with this hat? Is that a little L there? Look at this side. Also, the vacuum's like twitching. A lot of good things in this one. Next, let's grab the Storm audio. What would it make it? Louder? It isn't quite as eerie as when there was just creaks everywhere. I'm a little sad I didn't keep that, but I guess it's too late now. The Storm's okay. Just extra loud. Just want a new screenshot here. Okay, so we're blasting from the top again. Ooh, that's a nice little room. This actually is good timing to talk about this, which I can't pause it, so that's awesome. If you're sensitive to flashing lights or bright colors or loud noises or anything of that nature, I warn you from watching the stream because we do have a lot of uncontrollable flashing lights, bright colors, loud sounds, etc., etc. And corruptions may not be for you, so forewarning. Every once in a while I do forget to mention that, but as we see on screen, this could have been, a very quick flashing image and it would have been completely out of my control. I actually wasn't able to pause it in time, so be cautious. Yeah, better safe than sorry, Now it kind of does have a little bit of flashing. A little bit. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if I want to keep it out there. Let's keep moving on. We can try re-rolling this though without sanitizing at all. See if we can make sense of what's going on. So it's upside down. That makes a little bit more sense. That's about all I'm getting from it though. Alright, let's move on. Oh god. That one scared me a little bit because that was a little loud. Nope. Jesus. What was that one? Our heart's fallen. Oh no. God. Jesus Christ. Okay, I want to load that one more time. Like weird noise, weird moan sound. Light falls down to 32. God, stop. Does it stop? I lowered the stream audio. Okay, we're stopping that. No more. No mess. This is why I keep the stream audio kind of lower than most people do. Just in case it screeches at you. This is just cool looking. I like seeing scenes like this, but it's not very interesting for corruption stockpiles. Oh, no. We're gonna have to keep that. Toad's having a baby. Toad bab. Kind of neat seeing the roof. I actually don't see that. It's so weird. Okay, single memory, right? It's in the stash. We'll call it Pregante Toad. A Luigi board. Let's re-roll that. Oh wait, is this one inverted? What are you? What is this? Oh! We're just gonna name it. Where's my window? We're just gonna name it that. Right there. And we're gonna move on. Why does Toad wear a diaper? In half of these, he just has like a a flesh javelin. Is what I'm gonna call that. His body is a flesh javelin. This one is like a slight bump. That one's a little upset. Okay, we're stopping with this. No more. Moving on. From the top. God. I like this one only because in the intro he like scoots closer and then it goes black. You messed up. And then it all disappears. Oh no! Luigi! The snapping! What is that snapping? And it all goes away. It all washes away. Jesus. Why does Luigi's Mansion always turn into a horror movie game thing? Let's sanitize it. Why does he shake? Why does he shake? There we go. Let's keep that one. Oh, wait. What does he do with his body? He's trying to reorder himself, but he can't. Let's keep it. He looks really angry at Toad too, like he turns to him, looks at him very angrily, starts vibrating. I'm also super glad it isn't like just it snaps backwards, it's like a slow, gradual turn away towards Toad. Followed by his little dance, little Luigi shuffle. Okay, single memory, right? Let's send it to the stash. Come on. What do you call this? Next snap? We'll combine it with ones later and create more interesting names, but I guess that works for now. Rerolling next snap produces some results. Look behind you. That way. A little next snap. Oh, it's too bad he resets. I didn't even notice he did. Okay, Luki? You alright, bud? Can't go downstairs. Oh, moonwalk. Alright, not moonwalk. Pfft. Like, I meant walking on the moon, like how it's super slow. Call it slow walk? We might use that. Wow, okay. This is, I think, extremely fast walk and we're no clipping through the walls, maybe? That's kind of cool. I like that. This one he doesn't reset, he's just kind of always looking. Oh, is it Toad that triggers this? Oh, it is! How about next snap? That one's almost better than next snap. Keep looking at him, Luigi. But he doesn't have a walking animation. I kind of like the fast walk better. And we got slow walk. Okay, cool. How late are you? Let's see. You're not too late. Up time. I think I'm gonna move for it. 46 minutes. Not too bad. Which is, I think we had 20 minutes just setting up, so that's not bad at all. But hey, look, we got this one, which was horrifying. This is one of my favorites so far. Wait. Next snap. He turns to look at Toad menacingly, and then he gives him a shuffle. Give him that shuffle, Luigi. As he tries to like reorient his body to properly face the direction he's looking. We also have Toad is really happy to see us. Oh, fix those. There we go. Toad is really happy to see us. I had bad humor. We have Pregante Toad, which is just a mixture of that one. We have American Luigi. Not to say anything bad of Americans. I'm American. But, We got Storm, which is just kind of like a loud corruption. Still working this one out. We might mix it with something. We got Toad Eyes, which it's like looking into the soul. Actually, it's like looking into the soulless. And then Toad Maw, which is a reroll of that one, where his maw is a little messed up, a little gone. It's okay, he's still happy. He's like a ghoul. That's what we got so far. Not too much, but some definitely good ones. Let's go back. We had yeah, this is our good starter point, where he was like glancing at the screen and breaking his neck. I want to re-roll this a couple times. Ooh, I like this one, the dimness of this. Let's keep that. That looks like some Silent Hill lighting. And this half. He also has a Pope hat. $38 memory rates. 19 memory rates. On the wall. Pass one down. Drink it around. I don't know how that run goes. That's 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around, 98 bottles of beer on the wall. Okay. I'll rewrite that with corruptions. There we go. Single memory rate. Throw it on the stash. Call it Silent Hill Fog. Going back to this one. Re-rolling it. What is this object? What is that thing? Oh, they're they're lambs. I thought it was an onion. Also, good to see you, baby Buford. How are you doing tonight? Rum, not beer? Oh. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish a whole bottle of rum. Maybe it's like one of those airplane bottles. Doing alright. Good to hear. Always good to hear. In the middle of my, or I have midterms coming up, so I'm in the middle of my quarter. Hopefully that goes through alright. Look at his hat. His hat has become part of his skin. Let's keep it. I want to keep it. That's horrifying in itself, too. I keep resizing this window. Is that okay? No, it's not okay. Right back there. Getting that. Oh, are these multi-corruptions? They are. Look at that. Because there's one there. That's one. And there's one here, which is the face one. And I kind of want to keep both, maybe? Do I? That's a tricky decision, because here you don't see all the hat. Here you do. Let's try to keep both. Let's re-roll it so we do. Well, here's one. Let's send that to the stash and let's keep the other one. We'll combine them later on. $77. 20. 10. 5. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Send that to our stash. We'll call this hat 1 because we're going to mix it immediately with this other half once we get it. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. That's a weird mixture. There it is now. Funny how that one kind of snuck in there. We didn't even notice it. Down to 5, down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. Send a stash on this hat 2, because now we can just combine these stash keys together, merge them together, and there we have our sanitized corruption. I am curious though, before I merge them, what else can we get out of the results? So this is just hat 1, which is kind of the skin one. We need it stretching down, but we don't want it to go past his legs. Like this one, it goes past his legs, so it kind of ruins the effect. I want it like inside his body, but not passing him. So we're gonna reroll until we get that effect. Also, we get mini Pope hats. If we don't get it in, say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, not worth the effort. 3, 2, 1. Go. This one's kind of neat though. Still not what I'm looking for. We'll stick with hat 1. And then hat 2 with reroll. Just kind of changes the back brim and where it's at. I think we got kind of lucked out with what the ones we have randomly, because these fit well together. Let's throw that on the stockpile and call it Luigi's Soul Hat. Oh god. Thank you, Baby Blue, for it. I appreciate the host. Let me give you a shout out. I finally got the shout out bot working, which I'm super happy with. Go check out Baby Blue for its content. A big supporter of this channel and an awesome person nonetheless. Luigi's Soul Hat, there we go. Move hat 1 and hat 2. And awesome, the bot worked. Yeah. I was worried that wouldn't. I tested it out earlier though and it worked alright, so awesome. And I got my raccoon assistant. Okay, from the top, let's call out our history. Oh, our life flipped upside down. And there's a chihuahua. Whoa, they hit 900. Energy overflow. You were streaming Wednesday for once? I feel bad because I never see your streams. I know I think you on auto host, don't I? Let's see. Auto host. I do. I have you on auto host. I think whenever I always miss your streams, unfortunately. But every time I do, your reaction time is unbelievable. I don't even know how you react that fast. It is so insane how quick it is. This corruption does have several things. It has that life counter, which I was wondering if it's going to hit 0. It crashed before it hit 0. It has the Chihuahua, which we're absolutely going to keep the Chihuahua in spirit of Pokemon. Let's keep those 2 at least. Maybe not the heart one. I don't know what we're going to do with the heart one. Oh, look at this, like... this hat, like, meat shield. Jesus. Wait a minute. Start walking again, Luigi. Let me see your... Okay, his legs looked really messed up. I'm glad they're not. For Luigi's sake. His hat's kind of messed up. The Chihuahua, though. I'm afraid he has to die for this effect to happen. Oh, actually, no. He didn't have to die here. Awesome. Good to go there. The flashing is kind of bad. If anyone is sensitive to flashing lights in the chat or in the stream, forewarning, there's gonna be many rerolls of this. So we may get a lot more flashes. I would be amazed if this is all one memory, right? And it might be. Oh wait, did I lose the... I think I lost the Chihuahua. I did, but we can sanitize the sort of color blast, so let's keep that, and we'll get back and get the Chihuahua. There we go, single memory, send it to the stash. And the heart's still doing the thing, that's pretty cool. I wonder if it crashes, we can speed it forward, I think. Oh, nope, that opened up Steam. There we go. It's okay, Luigi. Crashed at 11. It still crashes at 11. Stop. Should we send this to the stash? Or to the stockpile? Let's try rerolling it. I'm curious what other effects we get out of it. Oh. And check if it crashes. Oh, we got hurt again. That still crashes. I don't know what's up with 11. Oh no, if only he just crashed onto the ground and that was it. Just stood there. I would call that corruption. Luigi fucking dies. The poor guy. Oh, I really hope one of these actually creates that effect. He seems to be okay for most of these though, he doesn't actually fall. Please be it. Oh, good night. Okay. I don't think that animation triggers unless he actually is gaming over. I don't know what I would keep out of this, because other than that, it's like a really flashy effect, but then it crashes, so it's like oh, there's a lot of deaths. And we can't move around either, so it's a fun one, but I think I'm gonna leave it. I think we're gonna leave it there in memory. Also, 4 life, look at that. Let's go from the top. I think we can find something more interesting. Like Toad being made of a stick figure. I think. Let's see. Oh, no! Stop! I can't tell if I want to keep that or not. Reroll? What? They're just rolling around. He looks like he's on a cross or something. That's kind of horrifying. Where are you, Toad? I see you looking at me. The hose doesn't quite see right. Oh, I kinda wish it would just keep like spaghettiing around the room. Oh, maybe when we sanitize it, it will. It'd be great if it did. I think a reroll will probably, hopefully, have that effect. It's kind of stuck to the ground there. Oh, no. Oh, there's 2 effects, I think, here, then. One was it being stuck in the ground, and the other one was it, going to infinity. That. Maybe we keep the effect. Let's see. Yeah, single memory, right? Send it to the stash. Throw it in the stockpile and call it SpaghettiOs. And let's re-roll it a couple times. See what we get out of it. I want like a subtle... That's kind of funny. I like how much it drags. But I want this, but a lot more stretchy. I don't think I'll be getting my wish though. That one has just exploded. That was a little bit better than the one we currently have. Because this one goes off and then you can't really see it anymore, it becomes stiff. This one has some looseness to it for... Oh, actually the same, aren't they? Yeah, they are. It depends how you walk with it, I guess, when you release it. Well, let's keep the one there. We'll keep this one as the original. And we'll move on. I'm going to show you blasting target. Oh, that's our first crash of the evening. But thanks to the that sound, the what's this guy even called? The auto kill switch for Dolphin. We can reload immediately, and we don't have to wait for me to start everything back up like we did in the past, which makes things much faster. This doesn't even look like a mansion anymore. This kind of looks... Okay, Luigi? Oh, his head is snapped. Okay, I thought he was looking down. That was like really depressing looking. I'm like, Luigi, it's okay. Don't be so down. Don't be so down. Now imagining just going to GameStop and getting this copy of Luigi's Mansion. See if I can get a good screenshot of that. Would this be your face? Because it wouldn't be... Well, actually, you know what? It would be mine. That would make me extremely happy. Could play it, but at least you get to see some cool kaleidoscopes. It's not how you vacuum, Luigi. Stop it. Are you vacuuming backwards? Oh my god. Do we keep anything here? I kind of want to keep the backwards vacuum. That's interesting. The next snapping we've had before. I think this is just actually part of the next snap. Okay, let's move on, I guess? Or we can try rerolling it. Oh god, is this the staircase? I thought that was like a creature. Oh, that's awful looking. Listen to that creak. This would not be a house I would ever want to be near. This is just... Oh god. I'm sorry. We broke the mirror. Oh, I also can't see the mirror. Let's keep the creak sound. I want to keep that creak sound. Because how on edge you get, it makes me. So it's a mixture of a loud corruption. I think it amplifies the sound and also the creak sound itself. We have to keep an eye out for both. That is the loudness. There we go. And that one is the creak, but it's not loud enough, so we have to keep both. It's like when you had your like grandparents, they have like an old armchair like that. My grandparents did. That would like always creak. Sanitizing multi-part corruptions like this, when there's even just 2 memory writes, it can take quite a long time. So if you do happen to sanitize these, if you can identify the components you want to keep, I recommend sanitizing the components individually and then setting those to the stash as you go along, which is one I neglected to do on this one, but we've done it in the past with, we did it with the hat Luigi. Luigi's soul hat. Now with 9, we could probably just manually enable these if we miss them. Down to 3. Okay, there's our 2 memory writes. Send it to the stash and we'll call it Rocking Chair. Alright, and we're ready to move on. We can try re-rolling that. There's a really high-pitched one. Say meat says hi. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Alright, let's move on. From the top. Ooh, I like the floor effect. Did that just start? I don't know what started that. Okay, so moving away from it started that effect. I want to keep that if possible. That's disorienting. $77, $39, $19, $9, 5, 3, 2, and 1. I don't like how Toad and Luigi look. I wish I could avoid that. Let's try re-rolling. This makes them extremely tall. Also, what's wrong with Toad? Jesus. See if we can get like a more reasonable height. Oh. Who are these characters? Who's that, man? That's like knockoff Luigi. Keep it. We'll call it Luigi. That was an unexpected result of this corruption. I didn't expect it to be like tall. I wonder if we can make him small. There's almost a small one. Does this affect screen height? No. No. It almost looks like like if they're too small, the screen is shrunk. Reroll, reroll, reroll. Okay, I am ready to move on. Clearing history from the top. Oh, it looks like it's about to crash. This one I really want to keep here. Let's move on. It's quite the mirror. Oh, we're stuck in place. A horrifying mirror. His head kind of loses control. I like it. Keep that. We've had a lot of like neck snaps. His neck is a very corruptible object. Get your head down there, Luigi. God. It's like a weird beat. 306, 153, 76, Soldier 76, 38, 19, 10, 5, 3, and 1. Single memory, send a stash, throw in stockpile, call it Luigi Spasm? I don't know what really triggers it, you just kind of stand still and it happens. Give that a reroll. It's kind of stuck looking at the camera. This one's almost more messed up than the other one. Oh god. That's one that's screenshot worthy. Jesus. An odd brew. Let's keep this one instead. I like this one better. So I'm spelling Luigi wrong. That's one. You can see slightly into his brain, just a little bit. Slightly, while he falls down the stairs. I kinda like the other one better. Notice his head is just stuck inside his body. Oh, Luigi, you feeling down? Yeah, he's feeling down. He wants his brother back. He runs like Ed and A characters. I almost want to keep this one too. We'll keep this too. Luigi, down. Okay, from the top. Oh. Oh. So many frightening things happening. Head is just gone in that one. So the starting adjust, we're gonna bring it closer to 0. A little risky, but I think it's alright. It's like hitting a metal door or something. Alright, Luigi. Ooh, that's pretty. I think those are lanterns. I might just be guessing. This one. He's on the floor. What is that, like, sharp? Oh, those are thorns. Look at the sharp doorway. They would have, like, killed themselves on that thing. Let's keep it. Metal thorns. They look like knives, honestly. That's what I thought when I first saw it. Some kind of metal object. There we go. Single memory. Throw it on the stash. We'll call it metal thorn. Metal thorn. Yeah, that works. Reroll it. Oh, well, it's open now. We'll go in. What? Oh. I don't think I can get any better of an effect we already got. That one, the door's just stuck out. I think we lucked out on the one we got. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Alright, let's move on. Clearing history from the top. I'm gonna drop the intensity a bit. Don't need it so high. And we're crashing ridiculous amount. Speed! Also super fast. Light there. Oh, we're stuck looking at the roof now, are we? Let's move on. I like the spin, but this isn't the real-time corruptor, so we can't make the spin permanent with, like, cheat engine or something like that. I wonder if sanitizing this, like, hose corruption would help out our existing spaghetti hose one. It might. A little bit. Let's keep it. Let's see what it looks like. Actually, we can do this. We can combine them temporarily. I think I have to throw it on the stockpile first, though. This one. Test. Combine it with spaghetti hose. No, it doesn't add to the effects. Are these really? No, we didn't merge stash keys, that's why. Yeah, I don't really like it. Let's move on. Clearing history from the top. Now we can remove test from here. Are those thorns? God, it looks like some like Lovecraftian object is in the background. Luigi's Cthulhu. But I'm titling that. And moving on. Is this that new age music? New funk? Oh, another sad Luigi. Dark Mansion. We're gonna inch closer to the starting address once again. Oh, that hose. Look at his face. It's morphing in and out of reality. Toad doesn't even know what's happening. Let's see what we can scavenge here. Scavenge. I was considering keeping the rope one again, but I don't think we want to. The spaghetti hose. It looks like we already have that hat corruption. Let's just keep the spinning one if we can. We gotta move to test if it's there or not. Okay, 2 memory rights and 1 memory right. Send to stash. Call it spin and reroll. Doesn't seem to have too much of an effect. All right, moving on from the top. Oh, I thought that was a blimp for a moment. Vacuum. How about we resize the shape? Resize or vacuum? Let's give that a go. I don't know if I want it glitching out like that. Oh, it's not even like attached to us. Kind of off a little bit. Thanks, Beck. The guy's 9,000. Send stash. Call it prototype. Poltergeist, I'm not gonna be able to spell that right. Alright, I can spell vacuum though. Oh wait, 1C2U's? Oh, I don't know if I can spell that right. Reroll. The new slim model. I like this one, let's keep this. Slim vacuum. And then this one looks better than the other one we got. So let's keep this one. Call this prototype vacuum. This one, it's just kind of clunky. Anything else we can get out of this? I think we got the 2 extremes. Yeah, I'm happy. Alright, clearing history, starting from the top. Blasting target. Jesus. I have the perfect song for this.
Do the Mario swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take 1 step and then the Mario.
The audio.
You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take 1 step and then then again. Let's do the Mario all together now.
I'm so happy I did that. I'm gonna clip that in a sec. Alright, back to the game, back to the corruption. Why does Luigi, like, go to nothingness when he moves? I think I want to keep that. Oh, the audio. I'd also like to keep his dance. Oh, so wonderful dance. So let's keep that. That's gonna be on the stash. That's his dance. But let's also keep Tiny Blue, or whatever this is. I like how his head just disappears. There's nothing we can do about that. Oh, his head's back. Oh, no, never mind. Every once in a while, when he disappears to nothingness, his head will just disappear with it. Nothing you can do about it, it's just gone. That's what you get for teleporting. Alright. We'll call it Mini-Me. And it stands as this other guy, the dance. He kind of does like a fish, like a... not a fish, the worm for a sec. In the air, standing. That move right there. That's the man, that's the soul of the party. Oh, look at those legs. Look at that running animation. I hope I can combine this with something. It's funny on its own. Maybe we'll find a good like music corruption for it. Alright, there we go. Single member right, send it to the stash. Call it Do the Mario. And let's give that a reroll. So it affects the intensity of the party. Intensity of the dance itself. About Mini-Me. Oh, it affects the size he grows to when he runs. We can get like a nice larger Luigi. Oh, I kinda like that. Look at the tiny little Luigi down there. That, I like that better. Mini-Me. The old one. And reroll some more. Or just a large Luigi that's not breaking the sky. Oh, that one almost had it. Still a little too large. His overall buttons. This is the case where I wish I could edit the parameter values that I'm sending to memory, because I know it's just a smaller value, and then I could just type it in, and that re-rolling this over and over again isn't helping too much, but... Oh, there's one I'm happy with. Why? Why? Why does he... Is he wearing a yarmulke? What? His mustache shrinks with it. Ah, love it. We're gonna call this Tiny Luigi. Now I kind of want to keep doing this, see if we can get a better one out of that. I know there's a tall Luigi out there somewhere. There's mini one again. Nope, I don't think we're gonna get lucky. Alright. Tiny Luigi, I'm gonna call, Luigi's cousin? Yeah. Okay. Moving along. I think we should do some combining real soon. Let's give this a couple more tries, though. Very dark red tint. I think we might be able to keep this with something as long as we can tone it down a bit. Very red and very flashy. I think it's the heart, isn't it? I think it's the heart. Oh, and I just messed it up. Alright, let's move on. This much. Nope. Nope. Because if it is the heart, we're not going to be able to change the tone of it. Dolphin is crashed. Alright, let's combine some of these together. I think that's what I'd like to do now. There we go. Toadmaw we can mix with Pergante Toad. That's a little weird. But yeah, let's do that and also mix it with American Luigi. Yeah, I like those together. We'll call this Luigi's Mansion in the States. Alright, can I drag it up? That gets rid of Toadmaw. Item gets rid of Pergante Toad. And gets rid of American Luigi. Which I'm going to hold on to as a component for the time being. Toad Eyes. And Neck Snap. Yep, those two fit well together. Let's also mix that with, well, Silent Hill Fog? Yeah, that's a good one. Let's throw that on the stockpile. We'll call it Toad's Dark Secret. Oh, I can just drag it down. Oh, that makes it a lot easier. It gets rid of Toad Eyes. Neck Snap. Yeah. Silent Hill Fog I'm gonna hold on to. What was Meat Says Hi? Oh, that's right. Let's mix this one with Rocking Chair. Rocking Chair Hat is what I'm going to call that for the time being, until we get a better name for it. Gets rid of Rocking Chair and Luigi's Soul Hat. Slow Walk, I feel like should mix with maybe Rocking Chair Hat. Maybe these two fit together well. Yeah, that fits together well. Rocking Chair Hat. And Slow Walk. Luigi's Mansion in the States. I hate it. Maybe Storm we can mix with Dark Secret? I think so. Yeah. So it's Dark Secret. We can get rid of Storm. I'm gonna hold on to it. We might be able to mix the sound effect with something else. American Luigi, I think we can get rid of. That joke's gone. Luigi? I love the look of this one. I almost don't want to ruin its like perfection either. How about... Actually, these kind of mix together well. Let's do that, and also... Maybe prototype vacuum? Or some vacuum? Nah. Actually, yeah. Let's do this. We'll call it, what are these kind of things called? They're knockoffs, but they're also called something else. Knockoff Mansion for the time being until we think of a better name. Mix these two together. Was happy to see me. Hold on. And Pete says hi. Nah, I don't want to mix anything else with that. We got Metal Thorns down. Spin! I don't want to mix that with some vacuum because then you can't see the vacuum. Let's mix this with Silent Hill Fog. I'm your cousin! Oh, I just love this. These two I like mixed together. Let's keep those together. Jeez, cousin. This one and Storm. Nope, that's Storm. Silent Hill Fog. We can mix Mini-Me and Sun Vacuum together. Merge those. Call it ultra portable vacuum. And remove Slim Vacuum, move Prototype Vacuum because that was from earlier, and we can move Mini-Me. Set up with Luigi's cousin. Let's mix these together for no reason other than just to have something else going on. Oogie. Just makes it more intense. The Luigi spasm would do the Mario. Mario. Get rid of spasm. We had next snap, didn't we? Oh, we must have mixed that with something else. Luigi down, I guess we can get rid of. Unless we mix these two together. No, he doesn't even spin. That must be a reroll itself. Nah, we'll remove Luigi down. Bean, I'm not really a fan of. Let's remove that. Still got Luigi. Use Spaghetti Hose. Get rid of that. I like some more sounds. Let's keep re-rolling Storm. Hopefully we get different variations. Oh, I don't think we will. Doesn't sound like we will. Yeah, no, let's leave that. So let's remove Storm, because we combine that with... Well, we only combined it with one. We can probably mix it with another one. So we got Luigi. Luigi's Mansion in the States. We got Toad's Dark Secret. Which is a very fitting Silent Hill fog and sound and Toad's creepy eyes. We got Rocking Chair Hat. We'll rename this to, like, Possession. Yeah, I like that. Then we have Knockoff Mansion. Also, you might notice every once in a while when I click on one of these and then I select the next one, it's injecting the previous code into the current running emulation. So sometimes we get kind of wacky effects that aren't supposed to happen. Also, that looks creepy. Look at that. Okay, stop it just right. There we go. What is that? God. End of a dark hallway is what I'm going to call that one. Don't hug me, I'm scared. So I just have to re-click on it twice over, which will it will inject the current code with the emulation that we're looking for, or the corruption that we're looking for, and currency effect. Anyways, this is Knockoff Mansion. The characters don't look quite right. The portaback is too huge. Oh, and these doors messed up too? Oh, they are, look at that. Oh, that's neat. We have Luigi's cousin. Maybe we can mix this one with Storm. No, but then we have too many similarities. Let's remove that. Luigi's cousin. That's just good in itself. Also, it looks like little hands going off. Alright. Ultra portable vacuum. This one doesn't have a lot going on, which I'm sad about. Toad is happy to see me. We'll call this Meat. And we're going to mix it with ultra portable vacuum. I think these two can be together. Yeah. And we'll call this one Meat. Put it up here. Old one. And we're going to move ultra portable vacuum. Okay, the implication there is awful. I guess we gotta get rid of Luigi, even though that was this is my favorite component. I'm just gonna leave it in here because I like it so much. Try re-rolling it some more, I guess we get other results out of it, but God, was that one great. I don't know how many times we did re-roll it to get that good effect. We couldn't get anyone smaller because it looked like the screen size being affected if we were getting a smaller character. Like this one, the same height. This one, they kind of look funny. Like Toad looks funny this big, but still, not as good as Luigi. I think we've done a pretty good job knocking some of our corruptions down. So we had about maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. We had about maybe 20 corruptions? Maybe closer to 15. Which is a good sizable amount, but since they're components, we have to combine them together. And I'm kind of happy with the ones we have. If I had more components, maybe I can craft more like interesting names out of the ones we got. Like Do the Mario isn't too interesting. Just spazzing around. I would like to add some more stuff to that if possible. Maybe some music, maybe some color. But a couple of them I'm really happy with. Like I'm really happy with Luigi in the States. Because he could either be pregnant or he has a beer gut. Either one. No judgment here. Toad's Dark Secret came out fantastic. I mean, everything about this, Luigi shaking, the music, the fog, it all sounds very good. It looks very good. Possession. With like the creepy sound in the background. And Luigi just kind of being possessed. Looks very neat. The Knockoff Mansion. Probably one of my favorite Luigi's Mansion corruptions. I mean, look at all this. I'm very happy with the models mostly. And Luigi's cousin, which is also a great one. Look at that little guy. Or a little Yamaka. So cute. Meat is one I'm kind of unhappy with, but we'll stick with it. I'm gonna leave Luigi here, but as a component. I'm gonna name it component. Luigi. So we know. And as we saw, do tomorrow. So cool. That is the corruption streams for tonight. So I'm gonna call it since we're getting right around the 2-hour mark. But thank you for everyone who was able to stop by. We got a host from Baby Boo Forward, and a couple people were able to stop by, so I always appreciate that. And those people lurking, Sky Coaster Man, awesome to see you. Yeah, I'm gonna save the stockpile before I forget. Onto desktop, and call it G's Mansion today, 2.5. I'm getting a good number of stockpiles for the GameCube, so at some point I would like to do a culmination stockpile thing. Let me actually take a look at how many GameCube ones I have. Stockpiles, GameCube. So I have in memory, oh, I don't actually have a ton. Never mind. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stockpiles of GameCube corruptions. Maybe I should do some more GameCube. Whereas I was doing kind of culminations of, look, I'm tweaking on the screen. Culminations of my old non-GameCube corruption stockpiles, which, how many of those do I have? Stockpiles. I used to upload these to Drive, I don't do it anymore. A lot of work to do. If anyone's interested in grabbing any of these stockpiles, just DM me. I usually have copies of them. For non-GameCube corruption stockpiles, I have one. Well, some of these don't count. These are my old ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe. So 8 stockpiles, that's not too bad. I didn't do at the end of the month. I was going to do a culmination stream of all of them, maybe at the end of February. We'll see. If you're interested in that kind of thing, I'll do a special episode for it. And yeah, let's go ahead and switch scenes here. So we're gonna make sure this is saved. Let me actually, while I'm here, also pull out the save state, just to make sure that's separated. Versions. Raptor. Dolphins. State saves. That is kept as well. And you can see, even pulling out the state save cleared out our stockpile. It is now completely empty, which, if I didn't save it, we would have lost it right there. So, always gotta be careful when doing that. Then stop the emulation. And where were we in the song? Here. Sure. It was sad. Although I always really like the winter songs for these kind of games. Winter's like a wonderful time because your crops don't grow, which is kind of depressing, but then you have time to like go into the mines and like work hard in the mines. I always really liked it. Is that too loud? No, that's pretty quiet. I plugged this a little bit earlier, but in case you're joining a little bit late, I have a stream team that I'm a part of called Oddbrew. We are all friends with one another, and we all stream different kinds of things. So if you're interested in checking that out, I'll leave a link in the chat. Also check it out at bit.ly/oddbrew without any caps, and you'll be able to join it through there as well. Just a Discord at the moment. But yeah, it's me, myself, and me, myself. Tsusavi, me, Mr. Falcor, Maka. And I think that just about wraps things up for tonight. So let's go find someone to host. See who's online. I did see Jub was online. He's playing Conquer's Bad Fur Day. Oh, that sounds amazing, actually. I'm really in the mood for some Conquer. Let's go and host some Jub, even though I hosted him yesterday and the day before. But it's okay. We can keep hosting Jub. I love the guy. And I highly recommend his content. If you haven't checked out the Jub, you'll see him when we host him, but hilarious individual. Awesome content. Highly recommend him. Yeah. Is there anything else to say? I think that's about it. I'll be streaming tomorrow in case you want to check us out. Check me out then. I'm not sure what I'll be corrupting, but we'll see when that time comes. It might be Charlie's Angels, because I have that ready to go for the most part. It also might not be. We'll see. Anyways, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.